Hello, virtual family. It's me, Imuna. How are you? Like, really, how are you guys doing? I feel like it's been forever since I've done an SL video. Aside from the little teaser that I dropped about me role playing again, I haven't really like talked to you guys, and I want to change that now that I'm back. So let's talk about what I'm doing now. Well, I will let you guys know that before I left, I was doing BU, which is one of those in world games where you grow certain foods and raise animals and collect the products, and then you can sell them to other players. And I enjoyed it a lot, but I'm no longer doing that. I still have my sim. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. And now I am primarily role playing and I'm going to be back exploring. Let's talk about my role play. Um, I never change my name. When I'm role playing, it's always going to be Amuna. That just works for me. I love that there are those of you who come up with these wonderful names to fit your new characters, but it's probably just gonna always be Imuna. So this Imuna is a fae. In the realm where she comes from, her parents are both fae, but they're different types of fae. And in that realm, it's frowned upon. Like the elementals stay with the elementals and that type of vibe. So her father is a different type of fae, and that was frowned upon. Um, Imuna wasn't raised with her parents, sadly. She was raised by her grandmother, and she had a favorite aunt that looked after her. But the rest of her family kind of treated her like an abomination, as well as the rest of the townsfolk, because when it comes to fear, a lot of people just fear that you can be greater than them. So, because they don't know of a child being of two different faiths, they don't know what kind of power she holds. And she does have a lot of power that her grand was trying to help her to control. But before that could happen, Imuna did something very bad in her realm, and she had to be sent away. Imuna isn't where her family thinks that she is. Her grand did pass away. Her grand, even the spiritual realm, knows where she is, and she left something behind for Imuna, and it's in Howling Hills. So that's what brought her to Howling Hills. When she got to Howling Hills, she had the strong inclination that she needed to start life here, that it would be safe for her. So she did what she does best, which is herbalism. It's been passed down her family for generations. But along with being an herbalist, she also is an alchemist. And not many people know that or will know that, because when it comes to magic, you know how people can be. So she kind of keeps that under wraps. She's definitely one that will help someone in need. Um, and she'll use it um, for different things here and there. Now, where she is, there was an incident, and she's so grateful to find out that she didn't cause it, because she usually gets blamed for a lot of stuff. But there was something that happened in the town, and it caused buildings to shift, things to be torn up, and there had to be a lot of repair done. Now, what happened in actuality was that the admins and the sim owners needed to move the sim. So we were kind of displaced. But I think that this is such a good role play community that even if we didn't have our shops or our homes, we still wanted to be in this vibe. So we would walk around, and I, for one, can say that I got to role play with people I probably wouldn't, because I don't really initiate role play, which I need to start doing. It's only fair that we all initiate with someone. So I did get to start some role play scenarios that I'm excited about. And the first store that Imuna had, she was allowed to rent a space in like the main center of town that contains the bars and the tattoo shops and the smoke shops. And for Imuna, that was really rare. And she would watch as some people would, fall out of the bar drunk and different things going on at the tattoo parlor. So she just assumed that she was in, the lower part of town, but she was grateful. She built up some clientele, and the way that her shop was set up, she did it to fit the aesthetic. So there was a lot of neon around, and she made her signs that she put in the window of her shop very bright. Um, it kind of even looked like a little bit of a smoke shop because she wanted to fit in. She understands that when you seem different, that brings attention, and she doesn't want any attention. So when the shift happened and we were all displaced, Amuna had the opportunity to take a rental in a nicer part of town, which is where we are now. We're actually in my shop, and she felt like she needed to step her game up, like get on her grown woman business. And in human years, she's in her early 50s. Uh, for her species, they live a lot longer. So even at that age, she's considered very young, and she wouldn't be out on her own unless she was married, which she is not. But because of what happened in her realm, that's what led to her being on her own. So she changed up the vibe. I wish I had pictures of the other shop to show you guys, but let me show you a little bit of the shop because I want to ask a question. And I have my little things down here because I do need to walk around. So this is what my shop looked like before I did my renovations. Um, okay. And then we'll go into my shop. I have my welcome sign out. I love this sign out. To me, that looks like, oh, she's doing better. She's making a little money, so it looks fancy to Imuna. So stepping inside, here is the counter, and I have things out that are safe for those that think, they want to embark on spirituality or cleansing their space. So I have some dried flowers out, some crystals, some smudging sticks, and some incense. And let me just say, when I pull these incense out, I got a little sad because when I came back, I found out that Kiki, our so talented builder, is no longer with us. They transitioned on. So if you're family or friends of Kiki, just know that they will be missed. And I mean, you can go to a popular sim and click on something and not see that something was from Kiki's. They were just an amazing addition to our virtual realm, and they definitely will be missed. So I don't know what happened, but if they were suffering, I'm so glad that they're free and no longer suffering. So just wanted to share that. So behind, let me just pull this up. You guys are from here, you know what I'm doing. So this is my little greenhouse, and then above that I have some plants that I'm cultivating. And back here you can see the doorway that leads up to my rental unit. I have not decorated that because I was more so just wanting to get the role play area finished up first. So this unit in the middle here, this is kind of like my lab. Um, it was also an alchemist, so I do some other things and I don't want that out in the open, so I won't show you guys yet. You'll see in roleplay that I share. My lab is back there. So I have a magic bookshelf, um, some drugs on the shelf that aren't legal in this realm. But hey, we do what we do. Here is the sitting area. Sometimes my customers will have to wait for me to create what they need. I have 2 chocolate leather chairs, some hydrangeas on a very cute um, coffee table. And I wanted to look who this from to see who this is from because I want to buy some more stuff from them. Architect Porthole. Okay. So I need to look that shop up because I love this coffee table. And then further back, I have some refreshments. I have some green tea, some hot chocolate because it's still cold here in Vermont, and some water. With the blinds, they do move when you click them. When I have the shop open, I'll have them open. And then when they're closed, that means that the shop is closed or I'm in here doing something I have no business doing. The one thing that I did want to ask you guys is that see here on the top where I have this shelf, I have one little plant here and then there's one on the other side. I want to put jars up here, like maybe some terracotta jars or jars that look like there's something ancient in them. So if you guys can think of a shop that has anything like that, please drop names in the comments for me because I definitely love supporting builders and I think that would be a nice touch here. So, yep, that's what I've been doing role playing here in Howling Hills. It is a wonderful community. I can't say enough about it. So, one of my neighbors is the meat store here. There is this role player, and I believe they are a Minotaur. I think the first time I saw them, I've never spoken to them, but I think the first time I saw them, I called them a Tauren. And I think that's from WoW, isn't it? I can't remember where I get all these names from. But he's huge. Like, he's probably as wide as that doorway, and he's just as tall. But this is the perfect example of why you shouldn't judge a book by their cover, because he could probably kick all this shit over in 3 kicks. But he comes out here with his little sign, and it says something about don't eat meat. So, although he can kick all this crap over, he chooses to do it the peaceful way, and I think it's so funny. But he's probably just a gentle person and he's just big. But if I see him around and he's protesting, I'll ask him if I can take some video or some pictures. It's really funny. It's just him out there with his little sign. Okay guys, so I'm going to do some other things, but I wanted to just invite you guys into my roleplay world and let you know what was going on. All right, so leave any questions for me. And again, please subscribe because I'm going to be releasing a podcast talking about all things virtual. And I hope to get some feedback from all of you. And I hope that everyone is doing well. All right, take care.